You're not getting any orders on your Fiverr gigs, and your Fiverr dashboard, well, it's empty, with a big fat 0 active orders staring you right in the face. So what do? Well, most people will blame the Fiverr algorithm, complain to their friends that Fiverr is a waste of time, or simply just leave it months, hoping that something might just miraculously happen without their input. But I know that's not who you are, because you're watching this video right now. So I'm going to help you overcome this issue so that you can get either your first order on Fiverr or start securing consistent orders from new buyers every single week, depending on which stage your Fiverr journey is currently at. Now, to do this, we need to go back to basics. We need to do the one thing that the majority of Fiverr sellers and freelancers don't do, and that is to think like their clients. Now, it all starts with the service that you provide, and this is where market research is going to come in. Now, Fiverr is not the only freelance marketplace out there, and generally, each marketplace stands out because they focus on different specialties. For example, Fiverr and Upwork. Yes, you can pretty much offer any service you want on them. The difference is, Fiverr is more of a gig economy, whereas Upwork, most freelancers build long-term relationships with their clients they work with, and the projects are normally completed in milestones. On the other hand, you have platforms like 99 Designs, which focuses only on graphic design freelancers, or TopTool, another well-known marketplace, and it's all about the higher skilled freelancers, such as financial experts and project managers. So, basically, what I'm trying to say here is first, you need to check and fully understand if Fiverr would be the best platform for you, based on the services that you provide. And if you're not sure, then go ahead and drop the service that you offer in the comments below, and I'll tell you if Fiverr is your best choice or not. Okay, so now that you've worked out Fiverr is the platform that you should be on, it's time to get to work thinking like your ideal clients. Now, when a potential buyer comes onto Fiverr, the first thing they do is they go to the search bar and they type in exactly what they're looking for. Then they're met with an abundance of freelancers, all pretty much offering exactly the same service. And you're going to be in there somewhere. But now you need to stand out. And the fact is, the first thing the potential buyer is going to see is going to be your thumbnail, your title, and then your price. So you need to make sure that you compete with your competition on these 3 things first, so that the client actually clicks onto your gig. Now, if we start with the title is not really that important. The title is just purely for SEO. So you need to think about having good keywords in your title. So avoid using adjectives like amazing, professional, creative. Avoid all of that, because generally clients will not be writing in the search bar these kinds of adjectives. They'll be typing in video editor or Instagram Reels. Those are the keywords that you need to focus on. Practical keywords that a client will actually search for. So that's all about the title. Otherwise, it's not really important, only for the search criteria. Next is the thumbnail, and this is where you need to stand out. Similar to YouTube, your thumbnail means the amount of clicks that you get onto your gig. Yeah, so it's the same situation. Your thumbnail is going to be the thing that works the hardest to get people to click. And now with the thumbnail, the 3 things that you should think about is bold, bright, and engaging. Too many freelancers put a crazy amount of wording on their thumbnail and basically bullet point every single service they offer on their thumbnail to the point where the writing is so small that nobody can read it anyway. So think about the writing on your thumbnail and reduce it. Maximum 3 to 4 words on your thumbnail. If you have an option where you can actually put your own picture on the thumbnail as well, do it. 100% do it. Because again, you're a freelancer, so you need to make this personal somehow. And you'll find in a lot of freelancer niches, such as thumbnail design or video editing, the freelancers themselves are not pushing themselves. They're not promoting themselves. They're just promoting their services. So really sell yourself as well as the service that you provide. So think about that, because when a client is searching, they're going to be met with this sea of thumbnails. And now you need to make sure that you stand out in this crowd of other thumbnails, because you'll notice that the majority of freelancers, all they really do is copy what the top sellers are doing. So they see the top sellers, they see the style of the thumbnails, and they think, okay, I'm just going to copy that. Well, no, because you're not going to stand out. Then below that, we have the price. Now, unfortunately, if you are at the beginning of your Fiverr journey, your price is probably going to be your most competitive edge. And this is where you can compete with the majority of other freelancers. So yes, in some respect, you do need to underprice yourself until you get around 10 to 20 feedback on that one gig, and then think about increasing the prices. Now, you don't need to go crazy underpricing yourself. I'm not saying charge $5 for everything. No, not at all. But you do need to be competitive against everybody else in your niche. But again, as soon as you get a few feedback, then increase your price, because this will then bring you a whole different caliber of clients. Because you will find, even with low prices, you'll find plenty of clients will still scroll past you because they think that possibly your price is too good to be true, or the quality and the skill that you provide is a reflection of your price. Therefore, it's not that good and they don't want to waste time. And generally, I did exactly the same. Around 6 months ago, I increased all of my prices, thinking it would reduce the amount of work I have on Fiverr, and it didn't. It actually, if anything, increased the amount of work I have and also increased the amount of income I get due to the higher prices. So increasing your prices, don't be too scared about this. Generally, once you have a decent amount of feedback on a gig, start increasing your price. Okay, now you've got that potential buyer to click onto your gig thanks to your thumbnail. It's all about the intro video. And many freelancers ignore this or overlook the important. Now, generally, plenty of freelancers can go onto Canva and create graphics to make their gig look pretty good. But what's going to sell more is having an intro video. Remember, you're a freelancer. You need to sell yourself as well as your service. And the best way that you can do that is creating an intro video to every single gig that you have. Now, you don't need the whole professional setup with a camera, microphone. No, if you don't have that, it doesn't matter. You can just set up your mobile phone and record into your mobile phone. The fact that you're offering something organic and something different from every other freelancer, that's exactly what matters. Now, I'll be doing a video on this in the future, but generally, with your intro video, it should be just talking about yourself, kind of who you are or what you've done in the past. It should showcase some of your previous work or showcase exactly what you can do, and then possibly just touch on the packages that you offer. And it will kind of give clients the idea of exactly why they should pick you over other freelancers. Now, what I would also say is it is worth paying an editor, maybe, I don't know, $20, $50 to edit this video for you as well to make it look good. If you don't have that kind of money, it's not so important to start with. You don't need to edit it. You can probably do the editing yourself in CapCut or something like that if you really want to. But even just having a video of yourself speaking to the camera and being genuine and showing the buyers who you are, that is a must. And it's something that's overlooked by too many freelancers. Okay, next up, it's all about becoming an authority in your niche. And I say this to literally everyone. So the problem is, on freelance marketplaces, you're competing against thousands of others. And generally, it only takes 2 seconds for a potential buyer to click on somebody else's gig and start looking at their gig rather than yours. Now, this would be different if you had a website and you got the client to your website. Your service is the only one they see, so they've got nothing to compare you against. But on freelance marketplaces, they can compare you to thousands within 60 seconds. So how to make you look different from everybody else? And that is building yourself as an authority in the niche. So depending on what you do, let's say it's video editing. You need to create yourself as the authority, as the best video editor out there, the best Instagram reel editor, whatever it may be. Make yourself look good. Now, this can be done through professional branding. This can be done through actually creating a portfolio. And generally, most of the time, you will need to create a portfolio purely just to show potential clients what you're capable of. And if you're a new seller, maybe you don't have a portfolio yet. Therefore, you need to start creating some work for free just to build that portfolio. Okay, so you need to start showing some proof of the concept. So whatever it is you do, people want to see proof of concept. They want to see what you're capable of. And that is you building yourself as an authority within that niche. And a lot of this can actually be done through using platforms like Canva to create branded graphics so that you look professional. It's all about professionalism. And one extra thing that I would suggest, if you do want to take your freelancing journey seriously, then start creating your social media around your freelancing as well. So let's say you're a thumbnail designer, create yourself an Instagram. Start posting on Instagram your thumbnail designs and what you're capable of doing. If you build up this whole, let's say, omni-channel of your authority and of what you're capable of doing, that is going to sell your services even more. And to be honest, you'll find that you'll actually start getting clients through social media and not just relying on Fiverr. And lastly, the packaging. Now, think about your gig as a perfectly packaged service. Think about the attention to detail you need. It's not just a random thumbnail and some writing in the description and you think you're going to now get some orders. Really think about the packaging. So generally on Fiverr, you have the basic, standard, or premium options. Think about what you offer there. And this is generally going to be done through market research as well. See what other people are doing. Don't exactly copy them. Think outside the box. Think about what you can offer that's going to be different from the other ones. So think about how you can provide some more value that your competitors are not currently providing. Therefore, that is hopefully going to get potential buyers to order your service over other freelancers. So think about the packaging of your gigs. Think about the branding, the style. Think about the description, how you put together the description. It's not just a massive block of text. Explain to potential buyers exactly what they're getting. Now, if your packaging is good enough, then what should happen is a client should not have to contact you and ask you pointless questions, which they should already understand from your gig. So what I'm trying to say is you should be explaining everything to a potential client through your gig without them needing to contact you. The only thing they should be contacting you for is asking for your availability and if you're ready to handle their project. That is it. They shouldn't be asking you dumb questions because your gig should already provide them with all of the answers. Now, if you follow those steps, then I guarantee there is nothing stopping you from joining the other Fiverr sellers who are literally making thousands of dollars per month. Because the fact is, if other people in your niche are already doing very well, have multiple orders in queue, then what's honestly stopping you from doing exactly the same? You can see that the demand is there. So don't sit there and feel like, oh no, Fiverr's a waste of time, because it's not. It's just the way that you're packaging yourself and the way that you're selling yourself needs to change. Once you change that, I can pretty much guarantee that you are going to have potential buyers coming to you very, very easily. But those are the steps that you need to take, the first initial steps to get your first order on Fiverr. Now, if you have any questions, then definitely let me know down in the comments. If you have any queries, let me know. Otherwise, on screen right now is another video that you should definitely go check out.